welcome to today's reading. I feel like every video I film, I'm gonna have to give this quick disclaimer of I'm so sorry if you hear my cat in the background. Right now she is chowing down on her dinner and I mean it just can't be helped. But we've got three groups today. We've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So we're gonna be taking a closer look at these three groups in a second. But I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a chance to pause the video and choose a timestamp down below if you're ready to hop right into it. Today we're going to be looking at what unexpected blessings are coming your way. So what positive changes in your life are going to surprise you? So I was looking at this for this winter season, but this is still a timeless reading. So, you know, if you find this video like let's say next summer, then this will be talking about the upcoming winter season. So wherever you're at in the world, this video is positive blessings for this current winter season or whenever your next winter is. And I think this is a really good video to do because I know some of us get affected by seasonal affective disorder and you might have some SAD. So, you know, these are just some positive changes that are coming your way. So we'll take a closer look now. We've got pile 1. We've got pile 2. I'm so sorry you guys are having to look at this gross Band-Aid. I hurt my finger on my flat iron this morning, so sorry about that. And we've got pile 3. These were actually my great-grandmother's brooches. She's no longer with us, but I always like to use these because I feel like I know there's good energy. I know she's looking down on us. Okay, so 3 groups. You can hop down below to the timestamps listed in the description box, and I'll see you guys in your reading. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So I'll say right off the bat, just from my own personal experience of having cards read for myself, I know you're probably scared of the Tower, and don't be. Remember, this reading is about unexpected blessings. So when we have a Tower moment in our lives, and believe me, it can sometimes feel like a lot longer than a moment, but then you look back on it and you're like, wow, I can't believe I went through all of that. And this could be your current energy. So this is either something that's happening now or something that will be happening in the future for you. But the Tower moment is fast, unexpected change. And change is always hard. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this in your lives, but sometimes, especially when change is unexpected, rapid, fast, and when we're talking about the Tower, it's big, massive changes, right? Something that greatly impacts our lives. But sometimes change, when it happens, because we're so naturally adverse to change, when it occurs, we kind of look at it like, oh, this is uncomfortable, I don't like this. But then after the change has happened and we've had time to process it and think about it and we've gone through it, we look back on it, we're like, wow, that was a tough time, but look at where I'm at now. Like, I'm so glad that happened. This is the kind of change that's coming in for you guys this winter season. So with the Wheel of Fortune, this is fated change. This is something that there is nothing that you could have done. Like, this Tower moment was meant to happen. And in saying this, it was for your greater good, right? This is fate. This is something that your spirit guides, the universe, whatever you believe in, this is something that has been orchestrated for your benefit. And with the Chariot card here, even though it feels like all of your control and all of your power has been taken from you, actually it's kind of the opposite. It's kind of weird. So here, the universe is sort of forcing you to take control, which sounds a bit strange. But basically, whatever this massive change is, and we'll get into exactly what that change is going to be in a minute, But this massive change that's coming in, it feels like, I mean, it's unexpected, right? It was outside of your control. It was meant to happen, but it was happening for you. It was happening so that you could then take control of your own life. So you could feel like you're in the driver's seat, right? I mean, we see her here, and she looks very in control, right? She's got the wide stance. She's on a motorcycle. She has support. She has the wand. You know, this is manifestation energy. This is the magician, right? She's taking control. She's not even waiting for a manifestation law of attraction to do the work for her. She's making it happen right now, right here in the 3D world, which sometimes we need, right? We need practical plans to go along with, you know, the things that we've asked from the universe, the things that we want. And so this is kind of where it goes split into two groups, since this is a general reading. And you can definitely claim both of these messages. Given that this is unexpected though, I mean, you might not know which is going to apply to you until it actually starts to happen. But with the Eight of Cups here, you're walking away from something. So this is an unexpected change that forces you to make a decision. And ultimately, when you make this decision with the Chariot card, you're choosing to walk away from something. So these are all cups. You know, what's in these cups may be bittersweet. You know, they may be things that you really loved at one point in time, things that you may have thought that you couldn't live without, things that were maybe just good enough, but now we're not settling anymore. The universe is like, no, what has been built was built on a shaky foundation, and you can do better. You may think that, you know, this is good enough, but good enough isn't good enough for you. You deserve the best. And so this change is going to force you to seek out the best for you. And so with the Eight of Cups, you're looking for something better. You know, you're going in search of your best life, your highest self, and how is that going to show up for you? So this is where it goes into two different groups here. So with the Three of Swords in reverse, for some of you, this is a breakup. This is the ending of a relationship. This is not even necessarily romantic partnership. For some of you, it may be a romantic partnership. For others of you, this change is going to force you to look at who in my life actually wants the best for me? Who in my life is actually supportive? You know, you may have some unhealthy friendships that you need to let go of. You may have some family members that you're going to have to say, you know what? For a while, I may have to love you from a distance. You know, you may have to set boundaries. There may be someone in your life who is manipulating you, controlling you. You know, there's an imbalance here. You're giving your full cup and they're not filling up your cups back. So you have to go seek that support, that love, that companionship from somewhere else because you're not getting it in your current partnerships. And again, for some of you, it may just be one person. You know, it may be a boyfriend or a girlfriend or even a husband, a wife that isn't supportive of you, right? Or it could be, wow, I'm noticing a pattern across all of my relationships where, you know, I give and I give and I give, and other people just take and take and take. And it's unfair. And I need to, you know, make some changes. Now with the Ace of Wands, for others of you, it's going to be more so career. It could be that, you know, you've been stuck at a place of employment that just doesn't care about you, right? That, you know, there's no room for advancement, you know, or it may just be a decent enough job where the pay is enough for you to survive, but it's not great, it's not fulfilling, it doesn't ignite your soul. Because with the Ace of Wands, this is fire, right? This is passion, this is creativity. So this is you striking out on your own. You know, you're gonna go after something else, whether that means you've decided like you're gonna go back to school because you've gotten fired from your job, Or maybe they cut back your hours at your work and you're like, you know what, are you serious? Like, I work so hard and this is what happens to me. It's going to be something like that, where at first it feels like something negative has happened, like someone has broken up with you, or you've lost your job, or you've gotten a pay cut, or they've hired this new person who is making your life miserable, something like that that forces you into this change. Because likely with the Tower, usually it's a change that we have been too scared to make ourselves, and we keep asking or praying for help. But when the help comes, it kind of is interpreted as like, wow, I can't catch a break. Even though it's forcing you to go after what you want, it's just that what you want is scary. Like going back to school or trying to find a new job or starting your own business is scary. Like even when we're in like a bad relationship, we're in a relationship and we can still get comfortable there. We can find ourselves settling or being like, well, they're not perfect, but no buts, right? Like, it's not about perfection, but it's also not about being treated poorly. It's not about having your cup empty all the time because people just use and take and take and take. Like, no, you can't sustain that. The Tower is torn down because what you've built is not sustainable. Okay, let's get some more information. So we've got prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, and we've got your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. I am so glad you got both of these cards, because when a Tower moment happens, like I said, it's scary. I mean, it definitely will in the beginning shake you up a bit, but you've got this great stable energy coming in. This is you. Taurus and Capricorn are both earth signs. This is going to help you, or what is going to keep yourself grounded. So like your positivity, your optimism, that sort of inner belief, that inner strength with the Chariot, that inner knowing of, I got this. Like, yeah, this has happened, but I'm gonna be okay. I mean, you may freak out in the first 5 minutes, but it's going to pass really quickly. And I say that because you got these. I mean, you're a very hardworking person. You can trust yourself to handle this future problem, and it's not even a problem. It's just unexpected change that's gonna throw you off balance for a minute, but in the end, it's going to bring you prosperity. And so I say, again, for some of you, it's going to be career, because these are both very hardworking signs. I could definitely see it being that, maybe you lose your job, or, you start a new job and it's not what you expect it to be, and so you end up leaving and going out on your own, going back to school. You end up in a better position than you were before, because you trust yourself and you trust the universe to catch you, right? And you're willing to put in the work, and that work is going to pay off. I mean, Taurus is all about luxury. Taurus people are living a good life one way or another. And this could be possibly like your sun sign. It doesn't have to be Capricorn or Taurus, but there's definitely an earth sign energy coming forward to help ground you during this time. Sorry. I am very hooked on these Spindrift seltzer waters. So good. Okay. Anyway, not sponsored, obviously. Okay. So then we've got stimulation, energy, and passion. So it's sort of like you have this earth sign energy to ground you, but then you have the Ace of Wands and all of these fiery cards to give you the motivation and the courage to go out there and achieve your dreams. So, for some of you with the passion card, like I said, this could be a breakup, and then you meet someone else who makes you realize wow, I was really settling before with that other person, and yes, I was, you know, I wouldn't even say brokenhearted, but maybe like my ego was a bit damaged. But now I'm realizing what I was missing out on, and now I have so much more passion in my life. You know, maybe you start dating for fun, you start dating new people, meeting new exciting people, or for some of you, it's a new connection that comes in and just makes you realize, like, wow, this is how I deserve to be treated. This is how I should feel in a romantic partnership. You know, and that could be, again, with this chili card, like things are spicing up. For others of you, and again, this could be, you know, it could be this massive change where you have change in your romantic life and your career life. Just take what resonates. But for others of you, this energy card, the stimulation, the passion, we're talking about a new direction in your career. We're talking about having a career where you don't wake up in the morning and not want to get out of bed. You know, you wake up, you have purpose, you actually want to go to work because you enjoy the work and it doesn't feel like work. And when you're done working, you don't feel drained, you feel energized. It's this new, fresh energy, right? Very exciting. Okay, let's see what else we've got cooking. All right, the backs of these cards are just gorgeous. And then, I don't know if you can see, probably not, but there's like this nice green on the side. Okay, so we've got forest. It is without question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic. I love this for you. And then we've got remembering. This card has been coming up quite a bit in my readings. Must be something about the winter season. But, oh, how thy glimmer in the darkest of sights, never forgotten, never still, yet pacing in the mind in the twilight of the night. So with this remembering card, when this big change comes and then you get through it, you get on the other side, it's going to bring in a lot of self-reflection. You're going to look back on it and be like, wow, I've grown so much. I didn't know I had that in me. I didn't know I had that kind of inner strength, but you do. You can get through it, and you're gonna feel so incredibly good about yourself, and you're gonna feel so confident. And again, like whether that's a change in your career or your love life, there's gonna be a lot of self-growth. And so while it may feel uncomfortable at first, when you come out on the other side of it, it's almost gonna be a bit surreal for you. You know, if you look at this card, it looks very mystical, right? It's going to feel like, wow, I'm sort of a ghost of who I was in a very good way. Like I've let that go. I've let go of those things about myself that, you know, were allowing this career, this person, these people to take advantage of me. I've let that go. I'm standing in my power. I mean, she is standing in her power. She is in the driver's seat. The choice is hers. You always have a choice. Even when fate happens, you still have a choice. It's just forcing you to make that decision. And the decision, the right choice in all of this, is always yourself. You know, you have to do what is best for you, regardless of anything else. You know, no one is going to look out for you the way that you are going to look out for you. And it can be very empowering to take care of yourself in that way, to look out for yourself, to kind of bring that sort of maternal energy, you know, regardless of, you know, what you identify as, but we can all be nurturing, right? Bring that energy to yourself. And I can definitely tell, you know, you're probably one of those people who really cares about other people and is probably willing to help out others to the detriment of yourself. No more of that. You know, you're gonna fill up your own cup and then give to other people, but you're not going to keep trying to pour from an empty cup. We're not doing that anymore. And then with the Forest card, this again to me is just echoing this Ace of Wands. And I love when there's confirmation like this. But it says, remember, you are the magic, right? You are the one who is making this all happen. You are the magician. There's a lot of like, a little bit of manifestation energy in here too. Because like I said, you may have unintentionally sort of manifested this tower moment because you kept asking to, I don't know, like meet your soulmate, or you kept asking for, you know, to be in alignment with, you know, your soul's purpose, or you were asking, you know, to have a career that was successful. You didn't expect it to happen this way with the tower moment, but, you know, the universe saw that you weren't, you know, taking the right actionable steps, I guess I'll say. And they sort of force you into taking action with the tower. But this is just sort of reminding you, you can always call upon your inner strength. You always have a choice, and you can always step in to that power, to that position of power. It's always there for you. You just have to claim it, you know, so never doubt yourself. And it's easy for me to sit here and say that, but this is Spirit just reminding you in a loving, kind, non-condescending way, you are powerful. And, you know, don't dim your light. Okay, so now we have the Good Witch, which I love that, you know, it's sort of this repeating theme of, you know, you are the magician, you've got this, and the Madonna of Roses. So my cards always end up in this messy pile. With the Madonna of Roses, I do think for some of you, people have sort of tricked you into thinking that in order to get the rose, you have to deal with the thorns. And it doesn't have to be that way. You know, like, love doesn't have to be associated with pain, you know. Friendship doesn't have to be associated with betrayal, right? Like, you can have good things without having to experience the darker side of them. You know, you should be able to have healthy, loving relationships with other people and not have to protect yourself or be guarded. You can be open and loving. You should be able to trust the people that you're around. You shouldn't have to be so guarded, like this, you know, this Madonna of Roses, this growing of thorns to protect the rose. You don't have to do that. You can be open, you can be vulnerable with the right people. You can share your story with the right people. And so I think for some of you, you've been so hurt that now it's become your default position to be guarded, to be more cold, to be maybe more like the Queen of Swords, right? You know, very rational, very logical, more closed off, whereas before, you know, you may have been a person who naturally wore their heart on their sleeves, right? So I think you're coming out of that energy and you're stepping into, I can be open with people. I just have to make sure they're the right people before I do that. You know, people have to earn my trust in a, how do I put this? Within reason. You know, like, you're not making people jump through hoops or anything like that, but when people show you, you know, repeatedly, like, they can be trusted in their actions, not their words, then you can open up, you know, then you can feel safe. And they can open up and trust you as well. And so I think overall there's definitely this movement towards more balanced, more fair relationships, which is very positive. And then with the Good Witch, this is sort of encouraging you in this tower moment. It's always tempting when a tower moment happens. Don't get caught up in the negativity, you know, and especially if you still have some of these negative relationships lingering, you know, around in your life. Don't take in the criticism. Don't take to heart the pessimistic things that people are saying. Stay focused, practice gratitude, practice mindfulness, speak positive things into existence. So If you have just lost your job, or someone has just broken up with you, speak what you want into existence, right? Because you're in the driver's seat here. So if someone just broke your heart, do your healing, and then you can move on and you can find someone better, someone who deserves you, someone who appreciates you, and you will, right? Positive changes are coming. And it's the same thing if you lose your job. It's an opportunity. You can look at that as a loss, or you can look at it as an opportunity to find something that actually resonates with your soul and your divine purpose, right? Okay, so we've got transform, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Yes, yes, yes. The Tower, all about transformation, right? And there's this poem, gosh, it goes, I said to the sun, tell me about the Big Bang. The sun said, it hurts to become. That's Andrea Gibson. She's a spoken word poet. But that transformation from cocoon to butterfly, it can be painful, right? It can hurt to change. Change can be uncomfortable. It can be painful. But what you get out of it, who you become, the sun, a butterfly, it's so much better than what you're leaving behind. So, like with the Madonna of Roses here, sometimes that pain can lead to something beautiful. So then we've got dance. So I think some of this energy, especially with the Tower, can be a bit serious. So I think this is a good reminder. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. So the light with the dark, right? The good with the bad. Not that the moon is bad, but you guys get what I'm saying here. Be able, even in your roughest, toughest, most challenging moments, to still be able to laugh, to still be able to have fun, to still find, even if it's 5 minutes of your day, just to dedicate to doing something that makes you smile. And it can make a huge difference in your life. And then we've got light. So look to the space between the trees for answers. It kind of reminds me of that forest card that we had here. So look to the space between the trees for answers. You're the magic, right? So you could be in the darkest depths of the forest and you would still find the light, because the light is within you. That inner strength is within you. You can never stray from it. You can't lose something that is inherent to you. You are the light. You are the magician. You are in the driver's seat. You are in control. You have to kind of keep saying those mantras, because when fated change happens, we can kind of feel, a bit like we're free falling. You see that with the Tower. She's literally, people are falling from the Tower, right? You feel like you have nothing to hold on to. You have the wand to hold on to. The universe is gifting you this wand. You have the power. You could even look at the broomstick here as a wand. So you always, always have the ability to transform both yourself and your life. Okay, so we're coming, might as well make a huge pile. We're coming to the end here. I like to end with a positive message. These spirit cat cards are so adorable. My best friend actually got me these, but we'll read this. So this cat is called Bliss. It says, meet Camellia. She is in full bloom, radiating delight. When something challenging happens, your Tower moment, we often ask ourselves, what can we learn from this? Camellia is here to remind us not to overlook the possibility that some of life's most poignant lessons come from moments of ecstatic bliss. What makes your body, mind, and soul ring with joy? How can you connect to the golden thread of meaning and let it weave its way through your life. This is an invitation to embrace all that is marvelous in your life. Let bliss overcome you as you bask in the limitless love of a million sunrises. That doesn't get more powerful than that. But I think just again, remember, even in what can feel like the darkest of times, there is still that inner light, and there is always a chance for things to go very right. I always tell people, when you have something that feels like a series of losses or just one really bad thing happens to you, right? It just means that you're now due for something really good to happen. It's very true that life doesn't take anything away without the intention of giving you something better. And as long as you keep that inner faith in both yourself and in the universe, the best will always manifest, right? The highest good will always manifest, because that's not the best. That's not only the best for you, but it's also the best for the entire collective, right? Because it's always a better world when we're all happy, content, fulfilled, working towards being the best version of ourselves. All right, so I hope that reading was good for you guys. I hope it resonated. If it did, comment down below. Why don't we say, give me a pink tulip or just a pink flower emoji if you resonated with pile 1. And yeah, so I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is a new channel, so it would help me out so much. I'd be so appreciative. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. I apologize if it looks a little bit dark. I'm kind of losing light outside. But let's look and see what we have here. So we've got the 5 of Wands. You've got the Strength card, which is my favorite card. As a Leo, I can't help it. We've got the Devil, the Magician, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So, your unexpected blessings. First of all, there are new financial opportunities coming in for you, as well as either more self-love or a new romantic love interest. And for a lot of you, I kind of suspect it's going to be both. And I say that because we've got the Queen of Cups here. So I think with you all, this Queen of Cups is talking about you. So with court cards, sometimes it can be talking about another person. But for you all, this Queen of Cups to me is a lot of self-growth, a lot of development here, and a lot more self-love, and more of an ability to understand how to give and receive love and participate in healthy relationships, right? Like how to form them, how to maintain them. The Queen of Cups is someone who knows when to give and knows when to take, knows when to let go. Like, she knows how to give and receive love. She is someone who is able to balance her emotions. She's able to observe her feelings. She's able to self-reflect on them in a healthy way. She's not someone who's shy from experiencing, the complete range of emotions and feelings that, is the human experience, right? Some of us are, a bit uncomfortable with sadness, but she's kind of like that. If you've guys seen the Inside Out Pixar movie, she's kind of like that, where she understands the purpose and the lessons behind sadness. She understands that we can't have joy without, being open to vulnerability and, feeling down and feeling blue. She understands all of it, and she appreciates all of her feelings and what they show her, what they teach her. So that's the energy that you're coming into. And boy, do you deserve it. So with the 5 of Wands here, you've had a lot of people in your life who have really tested you. You know, they've either have taken advantage of you, or you have been a bit short-tempered. You know, you may have, you know, you may have been in the past one of those people who either, I think this is kind of where it divides into two camps here. Either you let people walk all over you and you didn't verbally stand up for yourself, or you were the opposite. You know, like you stood up for yourself, but you did so in a way where, you know, you lost your temper. You know, it ended up having negative consequences for yourself. And, you know, for example, like, you know, if you've ever worked in customer service, you know, you had a really difficult customer and you lost your cool and you ended up getting fired. And even though you weren't in the wrong, it was how you expressed yourself that caused you to get fired, right? You know, you haven't been able to hold your tongue. And it could be also that, you know, you've sort of been around like really negative, you know, people who feed off of drama, people who gossip, people who, you know, are sort of like two-faced, fake friends, that kind of energy. You know, with the Five of Wands, it's just been a lot of conflict, a lot of fighting, and you're ready for peace. You know, like you were ready for that. And with the Devil, you know, it may be that you've been a bit prone to gossip, you've been a bit prone to having a short temper, or you've had other people sort of tempt you because they're acting and treating you so badly. It has brought out the worst in you. You know, like you've just been in sort of mutually toxic relationships. And the unexpected blessing is that you're coming out of that, and you're coming out of it full force, and you are manifesting. You are manifesting positive relationships. And because you're bringing in this sort of more controlled, more balanced energy, you are then able to make improvements across your life, including your financial situation. So, you know, it could be also that you have people who are financially taking advantage of you and you've let that go as well. You know, you're setting healthy boundaries, you're not taking it anymore. And with the Strength card, you know, if you are someone who's had a bit of a short-tempered, or you're someone who, you know, was more passive-aggressive before, or someone who, you know, just really, you know, lacked a backbone. You know, you weren't able to stand up for yourself. Maybe you were, you know, overly sensitive, something like that. You're coming out of that. You're coming into the Leo energy. You know, you're confident, you're secure within yourself, you know your inner strength, you know who you are the magician. No one can take away your inner power. You know, you're the Queen of Cups. You know, no one, it doesn't matter if someone hurts your feelings. You can cope with your own feelings. Like, you know how to handle, how to manage yourself. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to fill up your own cup. You're not codependent. You know, you're not codependent in negative relationships and toxic patterns anymore. You've let that go. And it's creating, just like I said, just across the board positive changes in your life. So we've got emotions are running high, supermoon, and a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Yeah, for some of you, twice now we have this imagery here. For some of you with Aries, if you know an Aries in your life, or you are an Aries, or you have dominant Aries placements in your chart, maybe you're Mars in Aries, Moon in Aries, Aries people, they're first, right? They're first in the zodiac wheel. They're impatient. They have a hot temper. They're fiery. You know, they don't mince their words. They're blunt. They're honest. And they don't take crap from other people. But you're learning how to temper this. And you're learning how, you know, as the wheel progresses, the signs mature. And so Leo is also a fire sign, but it's further down in the wheel. It's the 5th sign, so 1st to 5th. So you're gaining some maturity here. And don't be offended, my Aries. I love you guys. But with the Strength card, you're learning how to take this energy and make it into something positive. You know, you're learning that, yes, it's so good that I stand up for myself, but there's a better way to do it where I don't have all of these negative consequences in my life. And actually, people listen to me, people hear me, people understand my perspective, my position. And so you're not engaging in the drama anymore. You're standing up for yourself. And if people aren't respectful of you, you walk away, you let it go. You know, you release all that is no longer serving you, and you do it like a queen, the Queen of Cups. You've got this. So emotions are running high. Yes. I think, you know, before you were definitely someone who was ruled by their emotions. So either, you know, like I said, for some of you, it may be that you would just cry, you would just break down. You would, you know, for some of you, you would self-isolate. For other people, with this Devil card, you know, maybe you have like, you know, some unhealthy habits, whether that's, you know, using substances to manage your emotions, you know, spending too much money, going shopping, you know, eating too much or eating unhealthy foods, you know, comfort foods to make yourself feel better. I think we're all, you know, maybe a little bit guilty of that. Stuff like that. You know, you're letting go of those negative habits. You're not going to be ruled by those negative habits anymore. They're not going to control you because your emotions no longer control you. You manage your emotions. They don't manage you anymore. You know, you understand that, you know, if someone treats you unfairly, you can stand in your power. You can stand up for yourself. You don't need to go spend a bunch of money that is for your rent, I don't know, at the mall to make yourself feel better, because you have healthy coping skills now. And you're just not taking any, you're not taking any crap, but you're doing it in a way that is healthy, you know. Okay. So we've got refinement. So I think, again, it's that Aries to Leo, you know, it's not so heavy-handed anymore. You know, you don't have to cuss someone out. You don't have to put your hands on anybody. You don't have to yell. You don't have to create a scene. You don't have to break down sobbing, you know, not talk to anyone for 2 weeks, you know, whatever it was for you. And no judgment here, no judgment. Because we can all learn from the Queen of Cups, and you're becoming the Queen of Cups. But again, it's that refinement. You know, you're learning how to step into that queen energy. When I think of a queen, I think of someone who's very refined, right? We have hope. Definitely with the Strength card here, there's a sense of optimism that's coming through. And success. So with the Ace of Pentacles, definitely, you are getting some financial abundance that is coming through. You know, there's going to be career success that is happening for you. And this is going to be something, like I said, it's not going to be like you have to go and seek this out. It's going to find you, because really, like, once you do better for yourself, like once you work on yourself, then these gifts from the universe, these manifestations are going to come in. So when you step into that Strength card energy, when you become this Queen of Cups, these things are just going to fall into your lap. You know, like, it's going to be like a puzzle coming together of like, oh, okay. You know, like, once I learn how to better myself, the circumstances of my life are also going to improve naturally, just on their own, because that's just how it was meant to be. Okay, and so we have grounded. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. This to me really speaks to that learning how to manage your emotions. You know, not letting anyone else take away your power, knowing that you are in control of a situation because you are in control of yourself. So even if someone else is really antagonizing you, you don't have to respond to it. You don't have to respond to every little thing, or sometimes big things. But with the Queen of Cups, like, you are sitting there on your throne and you are making these wise decisions of, yes, that is worth my energy. No, that is not worth my energy. Yes, that is worth feeling sad about. No, that is not worth feeling angry about. You know when to let things go. You know when to feel them, and you know when to release them. And with the Learn card, you're growing so much. Take a lesson from the owls. Deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. I think it's, again, like once you do that inner work, what is happening in your life in terms of your career, in terms of your love life, it's going to manifest. Once you work on yourself, you would then attract things that match that energy. I'm not exactly sure how to say this one. Peonia? I love this card though, it's so pretty. This card really stresses the importance of gratitude and optimism and being grateful for where you're at in this snapshot, in this snapshot of a moment, being grateful and happy for where you're at. And that is the key to manifestation, right? So instead of having this energy of oh my God, I hate my job. My boyfriend is so annoying, I can't stand him. Instead of having those negative thoughts, or even negative thoughts about yourself and being mad, why do I always have to cry? Why do I always have to fly off the handle? Why do I let these people get the best of me? Just be grateful. Be grateful to yourself. Notice your own positive qualities. And not that you always have to look on the bright side of things, but if you can overall sort of be mindful of your thoughts and notice when you get on those negative thought spirals and kind of stop them in their tracks and challenge yourself. You start having all of these negative thoughts and then you say, wait a minute, was my day that terrible, or did I have a really good lunch today? Even if it's something small that you can pick out to challenge those negative beliefs, do I always fly off the handle, or do I stand up for myself and I need to work on this? That's still a better thought, right? So practicing mindfulness will help you in this process of manifestation. With the law of attraction. The Earth Goddess screams law of attraction. This is the law of attraction card. You are rooted. You are grounded. You even got grounded here. You are rooted. You are grounded. This is the connection to Mother Nature here. You can create so much just with your thoughts, just with your intentions. Start planting those seeds now and you will see the growth come in. But it starts with yourself. Okay, so we've got Yule log. This one's kind of a bit odd to read. Insert me with a bleeding thought, a sacred creation, birth from thy. I am God, I am goddess. Yes, you are. I am creation and the creator. This is the law of attraction card. So with Yule logs, they're decorated and placed with many things. And so this says with a bleeding thought. So if we can apply this as a metaphor here, that's really been kind of harped on a bit, but with this Yule log, you're building it, you're creating it, the entire winter season, culminating in this big celebration, right, that's coming. You've put so much work, so much effort, so much energy into this Yule log. It's almost like a garden that you've been tending, with the mushrooms here, the holly berries. Even in the winter, even in this barren place, this dead landscape, there is still growth that we can create. We still have the ability to be festive, to celebrate. We can create warmth. If you think about the winter season, I don't think about a dead, barren landscape. I think of warm, cozy homes. I think of twinkling lights. I love the winter. Why do I love the winter? Because people have made it an enjoyable season. we have created these traditions, these holidays that we celebrate where we come together with others. It's very much that, life is what you make of it. And, even in the darkest of times, even in the hard moments, even when we have people who are being so aggravating, who are really trying our patience with the Aries card, like we already don't have a lot of time for people who treat us badly. We already are like, no, I'm not putting up with that. Like, life is what you make of it. If you have people who are treating you badly, step into your Queen of Cups. Like, you don't have to put up with it, but you also don't have to give away your power to them. And, the moment you stop doing that, Ace of Cups, new love, new partnership, more self-love. Like, even in your career, like, it's all coming in for you. Things are getting across the board just better for you. And it starts with setting those intentions and, making the most out of, a situation that hasn't started out so great. Okay, Father Christmas, like I was saying before. How did I get here? Lost, perhaps. No worries at all. Gather yourself and clear the frost, for the good still lives in you, dear. Yes. I mean, no one can take away your inner light. And if, we have Aries, we have Leo, there's a lot of fire energy here. There's a lot of inner light. There's so much of it. I mean, Earth Goddess, like, you are a great person to be around. Like, you were so fun. And it kind of feels like, again, with that Five of Wands, like, people have been dragging you down. Like, and it could be like a toxic workplace environment. It could be, like, struggles with your family and your friend group. If you go to school, maybe it's your classmates, like, whatever it is, like, you've just been around really, like, just a lot of drama, a lot of toxic, negative, just bad, right? Things that you're like, ugh, this is so draining to me. And, you're letting it go. You are. And you're stepping into your power. And I think the biggest blessing that's going to come out of all of this is just that you kind of, like, are coming back to yourself in a way. You're like, oh yeah, like, this is fun me. Like, I kind of forgot about, her, him, whatever you identify as. Like, I kind of forgot about this fun version of myself. I kind of forgot, like, how, like, funny I can be. Like, am I, like, cracking jokes again? Am I like, oh yeah, this is what I was like when I was the life of the party and I didn't have people, sucking all of my energy away and bringing me down. Like, like, you're gonna remember how cool you are, which is great. Actually, like, because we've got this Ace of Cups, I took out these cards. Let's get you just a quick little, let's just get you a quick little love message here. Let's do that. So pile 2. Let's clarify this Ace of Cups here. Pile 2. Let's clarify. You guys are going to be like, are you serious? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yep. So this new love that's coming in, like I said, Queen of Cups. The moment you step into this Queen of Cups energy, I feel like I'm, like, preaching to a choir right now. You're like, I got it, I know. Like, the moment you step into this energy, the moment this new person is going to come in, and they're going to be so much better than this Five of Wands irritating mess that you've been dealing with for so long. Bottom of the deck, we've got finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So, could be, for some of you here, maybe you get a new job. Maybe you've had a toxic work environment, you get a new job, you've worked on yourself, you meet someone at your new job, and, you start up a romance at your job. Like, you fall in love with one of your coworkers, you start dating, it's a better energy for you, right? Or it could be that, once you're more confident because you're making more money and you're doing something you enjoy and you're successful, not that, life is all about money, but we all have to eat, right? And I think we all feel better when we're more secure and stable. You have more confidence, you've done the work, you have more self-love, you just attract someone better, you know, someone who matches that energy. So I think for a lot of you, this is very tied. And it's kind of a lot to say, like, your unexpected blessing is everything in your life is going to get better. But I think those are two major areas for people, right? You know, you've got your self-growth, but then you have your love life and your career. You know, like if you look at a lot of tarot card readings, a lot of them talk about either your love life or your career. Because these are huge areas that, you know, matter to a lot of people. And you, lucky group number 2, are getting improvements in both of these areas. And for some of you, it's going to be linked. All right, so I've got these really cool spirit cat cards. I obviously love cats. I thought Miss Gracie would make an appearance in this reading today. She's my cat, but I think she's off asleep now. All right, so this card says Threshold, so that's the name of our kitty. Oh, no, the kitty is named Sage. What am I talking about? Okay, meet Sage. She is the queen of the threshold. In or out, out or in. She lingers right at the borderland between worlds. Glancing back, she takes stock of everything she's cherished, everything that has challenged and interested her, and everything that has weighed her down and limited her. This was weighing you down. She peeks her nose through the door and smells the fresh air of possibility with a swirl of it's one of those words that I can spell but I can't say, especially now. Exhilaration. Oh God. Okay, now I'm laughing and I'm not going to be able to say it. Y'all can read, hopefully. And a hint of fear. Exhilaration. God, I can't say it right now. And a hint of fear. Perhaps she even tiptoes through a few times, only to return to her old world for a while. Find peace at the threshold, but don't surrender to the turn back now gargoyles that guard the gateway. When you are ready, you will stride boldly into your new world. That is pretty powerful. So I think there's this mixture of fear, you know, and excitement here. You know, but you're letting go of what has weighed you down. You know, there's going to be some pretty significant changes, but I think the biggest change for you is going to be, you know, yourself. You know, you're going to grow so much that it's, you know, it's a pretty big leap, right? To be in that Devil card energy to go into the Queen of Cups, but I mean, you're doing it, and you're doing it all in the winter season, which is, you know, not that long, so congrats to you. But that was your reading pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, if you could leave me, let's say the star emoji, because you got the, I think you got the hope card. So let's think star card here. Leave a star emoji down in the comments if this resonated. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is a new channel, so it would help me out greatly, and I would appreciate it so much. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you've got a lot going on here, but I'm very excited for you. So in this deck, the 10 of Swords, this is always such an intense looking card, but in this one, it just says everything is fine at the bottom, which is hysterical. But with the 10 of Swords here, you've been through it, right? You've had some really big challenges. I think you've definitely had situations in your life that have felt unfair. It has felt like every time you get up, somehow life has managed to knock you back down, and it's been a series of challenges. It's been a series of wrongs. Like, you know, and this could be a pattern of, you know, just what feels like unlucky things happening to you. It could be a series of losses. You know, this could be deaths in your family. This could be, you know, like you've had a string of really, you know, bad work environments, or, you know, a lot of friendships that have gone south, or you've had a lot of love partners. For a lot of you, I think it's love with the lovers, but we'll get into it. We'll find out more as we get through the cards. But it could be a string of bad relationships, a lot of heartbreak. But you can kind of see, like, despite all of this, she's kind of desensitized herself to it. She's not dead. She's playing on her phone. You know, she's over it. Like, when you've been hit this many times, you're kind of just used to it. You know, you grow apathetic. You kind of just, you're definitely not thriving. You know, you're not living your best life, but you're kind of just almost emotionally immune. You're just guarded. You know, this is no longer affecting you because it's just been so much and you've just become numb to it. You know, these swords have been in you for so long and they've been growing in their number. I mean, you're at 10 swords now. You're numb to it. You don't even feel it anymore. You've been in this state of pain and unhappiness and discontent for so long. It has become your new normal. And I am very, very happy that you clicked on a reading that says unexpected blessings, because they're coming in. And you deserve it. I mean, anyone who's been through the 10 of Swords, you deserve the best. You deserve to be happy, right? So we've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. I love that you got 2 page cards here. So pages start out, you know, at the beginning of a journey. You know, a page introduces a fresh start. You know, they're beginners at it. And so with the Page of Cups, with the Page of Pentacles, you're sort of at that place where you're slowly coming out of this and getting back into trying to make the most out of your financial situation, trying to find a new career path, a better job, you know, a way to increase your income. You're trying to find a way to improve your relationships. You know, you've gone from being apathetic to actively trying again. You know, you're coming out of this energy and you're like, no, like, I can make my life better and I'm going to start trying. You start trying again. Your willingness to try is a blessing, because you've been stuck in this negative energy for, well, I wouldn't even call it negative, just feeling apathetic, like you just don't even care, for a while now, you know, because these swords have been building up over time. You know, for some of you, they may have hit you all at once, but for some of you, it's been a long time of, you know, feeling down and out and like, when can I catch a break? You're creating your break for yourself. You know, you're creating a fresh start for yourself. You're stepping out in the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles energy. You're trying, and you don't care that you're a novice at it. You just want to do better, get better, have better, be better. And I kind of look at this as like a progression for you guys, because of the 7 of Pentacles here. You're seeing the growth, right? But it's not coming in fast enough. Like, she kind of looks bored, right? So this energy is creeping back up again of feeling like, okay, I've been taking care of these plants. I've been tending to my garden. Where are the fruits of my labor? I've been working so hard. I'm on all these dating apps. I'm filling out job applications on Indeed. I'm, you know, filling out all these applications to school. I'm trying to do the financial aid, whatever. You know, you're putting in all of this effort and you're like, okay, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it. Like, when is my ship coming in? When are these seeds gonna grow into something? But if you stare at it every day, it's not gonna be an overnight success. You know, like I said, for a lot of you, these swords didn't happen overnight. They built up over time. It's going to be the same thing with the pentacles, with your growth. It's going to take some time. And for you guys, because we're talking about unexpected blessings in the winter season, so, you know, depending on when you're watching this video, that will give you a time frame of when these blessings are going to come in. But for some of you, you know, it may be as little as a couple of weeks. For others of you, you know, if you're watching this in the summer, you would have to wait until the winter. For others of you, if you're watching this in the winter, it could be a month, 2 months, you know, at most maybe 3 months, but not that long in the grand scheme of things. But if you're impatient, a week can feel like an eternity, you know, so patience. So then we've got the Lover's card. So this is soulmate energy, right? So with the Page of Cups, because I'm kind of reading this for you guys like a story. I didn't do this for the other groups, but for this pile, it just felt right. So with you guys, the Lovers here, you're going to find this soulmate love connection before you find the success in your career. But it's likely that the soulmate connection in some way is going to help you with your career, even if it's just giving you, or your education, you know, like whatever way you're trying to further yourself financially, in terms of like your stability, something like that. Your soulmate could even just be providing like emotional support. You know, they could just be helping you with your confidence, or, you know, your feeling of self-worth, whatever. Or they could be actually like, hey, like, I know of a job opening, or, you know, like, hey, like, you know, it's a lot easier to go back to school if you have someone who can help you, you know, like financially with support during that time, something like that. They're involved in it in some manner, but because this is a general reading, it could vary a lot from, you know, person to person watching this video. But yeah, it's very exciting every time I see the Lovers come up in a reading. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, here she's grown it, right? We see the tomatoes, we see the carrots. You've moved out of the Seven of Pentacles into this Nine of Pentacles. The fruits of your labor are here. You can see it. You can touch it. You can feel it. You know, for some of you guys, this could be, you know, just more money, a new job. You know, you're getting your degree. You know, you finally decided on a major. You've finally found, you know, the best affordable apartment, or you were able to buy a house. You know, whatever in relation to your material wealth, your stability, whatever it is that you were hoping for when you were setting out as this Page of Pentacles, you're going to get it. And it shouldn't be unexpected because you've been growing it. But I think it's a little bit of that Ten of Swords energy that you're still learning to let go of, where you know you're working towards it, but it's almost like you don't believe it's possible because you've had so much pain in your life and you've suffered so much. You've had so many setbacks, so many losses, that it's hard for you to believe, even though you're trying, it's hard for you to believe you can have a soulmate connection. You can have financial security. You can have even more than that. You can have financial abundance. Whatever that looks like to you, you can have it. So that's your unexpected blessing. I would like to get a Romance Angels card because we do have the Lovers here. I didn't do this for every group. I did it for pile 2, but I didn't do it for pile 1. But for this group, I'm just feeling called. Shuffle a little bit more. Okay. So let's see. Pile 3, unexpected blessings and love. Can we clarify this Lover's card here? Forgiving and learning As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I think there's definitely a need to heal. I mean, with this Ten of Swords, you're trying to come out of that. You know, you're trying to get out of that energy with the Page of Cups there. Make the effort. Yeah, you have to try, right? Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So, you know, during the winter season, you're going to be given some signs from the universe. You know, with the Lover's card with soulmates, I always think there's an element of fate there. And I think you have to be able to show that you are in a healthy place to give and receive love. You're willing to, you know, enter in that healthy Two of Cups energy where you're able to share your cup with someone else and you're able to let them fill your cup up, and, you know, that equal balance, that harmony. Yes, you know, you have to be willing to try. And I think if you're someone who's gone through the Ten of Swords, it can be very difficult, because in order to be loved, in order to open yourself up to love, you have to be willing to also risk getting your heart broken, and, you know, that's scary, right? All right, I think maybe just, I didn't pull this many for the other group, but I think maybe just one more for you guys, because you've been through it, and I kind of feel like you need maybe just a little extra guidance here. Oh, 2 cards. Okay. You deserve love. Yes, believe it. You are lovable. Okay. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we've got let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So, let go of control issues here, for sure. Don't worry so much about how this soulmate is going to come in. It's going to come in perfect divine timing, you know, so you don't have to stand around waiting and waiting and wondering, you know, just trust. And, you know, if you find yourself second guessing, like, is this person my soulmate? They're not. You know, you will know intuitively, and you have to be able to trust yourself and know that you deserve love. Because it's a big thing, you know. Yes, you have to be able to give love, but you also have to be able to receive love. And it sounds like, well, yeah, of course I'm ready to receive love. Are you? Like, are you comfortable with intimacy? Are you comfortable with opening up emotionally, with trusting someone else? Are you comfortable, you know, being dependent on someone else to an extent? Because anytime we enter into a relationship with someone else, you know, yes, we try to keep our independence. You know, we don't want to be codependent, but to an extent, you do become a bit dependent on that other person, just as they become a bit dependent on you. And so, you know, you have to be willing to be open. And it can be scary. It definitely can, especially if you've been hurt in the past. And especially if you have had issues with your parents and you weren't shown a healthy relationship. Sorry if you guys hear sirens in the background. But if you weren't, I always feel like when sirens come up, I heard when readers say, when sirens happen, like, I always feel like that spirit being like, listen to this is important. So we'll take that as a positive. This is important, listen to this is good. So when you weren't shown like what a healthy marriage looks like, when you weren't shown what a stable, loving relationship looks like, or, you know, you were raised, you know, with parents who were codependent, or you had a parent who was abusive, or if you know anything about like love style attachments, you know, if you had a parent who, you know, taught you an attachment that was avoidant or anxious, you know, you didn't have a secure attachment with your mother, and now you have to learn how to parent yourself. You know, now you have to learn how to love in a healthy way because you weren't taught that as a kid, you know. And with this you deserve love, You know, maybe you were made to feel like you didn't as a kid. Maybe you were made to feel like you were hard to love. And I'm going to tell you right now, Pal 3, you're not. You are not hard to love. Not at all. You know, and that forgiveness part is difficult. It's very tricky, you know, and I think, and I know this is probably said a lot, and it's, again, one of those things that's easier said than done, but when you can forgive someone else, it benefits you so much. You know, like, it's not even for them, and you may have to forgive people who you will never, ever, ever get an apology from. They will never change their behavior. They will never grow, but you still have to forgive them. For your own peace of mind, for your own sanity, you cannot carry around all of this hurt, all of this pain. These swords are heavy. She is laying down on the ground. She cannot physically get up because of the amount of swords that have been stuck in her. I mean, some of you guys may have been really abused, and you didn't deserve a minute of it. None of it. Just take a second to absorb that. But if you want to be able to stand, if you want to be able to stand on your own and start this journey, start growing, start planting seeds, you have to let go of each and every one of these swords. And if it goes back to childhood, that may take some time. And I will say, like, this healing and forgiving process and this willingness to try is all important, but also do not feel like you have to be the absolute best version of yourself, or you have to completely and totally heal. Healing is an ongoing process. I mean, this is going to be something that you continuously work at your whole life, because it's just like our mental health. It's just like self-care. It's a garden. I mean, a garden is never done. A garden always needs tending to. You always need to be taking care of yourself. So don't feel like you have to reach this certain point of like perfection or healing or growth or anything. You don't have to reach a certain point to get this soulmate connection to come in. You just have to be in the process. So you will meet this person when you are still a page. You know, you will meet this person before you even get to the 9 of Pentacles. So don't feel like it's going to take forever. You know, again, the time frame is the winter season. So however far away that is from you, that's when it's happening. You know, so don't get discouraged. You know, there's been enough of that. Okay, sorry, I am rambling. Aw, the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Capricorns are, you may be a Capricorn. If you're not, you may have it in your chart somewhere. You don't have to. But Capricorns, for those of you who don't know much about astrology, Capricorns are the sea goats. And so the goat is meant to climb the mountain. If you've ever seen a goat climb a mountain, maybe pause this video and look it up on YouTube, but it is crazy. Like, there are these little tiny ledges, and these little goats are just hopping up them, and it is terrifying to watch. So scary, but Capricorns are brave, they're hardworking, and, you know, they start at the bottom of the mountain, and against all odds, I mean, it looks so difficult. They do it, and they do it like throughout their lives. They're going up and down this mountain for food, you know, for safety, for shelter. They manage it, and you are tough. You are the sea goat. I mean, you have been through it, like in the physical world and emotionally. If we think of water with the sea, I mean, you know, in earth, you know, Capricorn being an earth sign here, you've been through it. You know, you've been through it financially, you've been through it emotionally, in your relationships, and you're due for abundance. I mean, you are due, when a lot of bad things happen, you're due for a lot of good things to happen, and it's your time. It really is your time. And we've got balanced spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. So the Pisces, fish swimming in two opposite directions here. There's that message of balance that's coming through here. I can see that with the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles here, because we have water and we have earth. And we kind of had that theme here as well, because we've got Capricorn, this earth sign, and we've got Pisces, the water sign. And like I said before with the sea goat, you know, you're balancing your love life and you're balancing this growth that you want to see financially, you know, in the physical world with your stability. You're learning how to balance both. You know, you're really learning how to take care of all of your needs, like across the board here. You know, like if I think about your needs spiritually, if we think about your needs in terms of self-care, because I think of cups as being self-care as well, your romantic life, you know, your financial situation, your security, your stability, you're sort of going through and balancing all of your chakras. And it's, you know, you're asking the universe for help when you need it, but you're also taking action when you need to take action, and you're listening to the signs. Yeah, it's a lot of exciting growth. We have full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. It's those swords. You're going to have to release those swords one by one. You know, and for some of you, we learned from our Romance Angels cards, that's healing your family issues. You know, it's, you know, improving your view of yourself, you know, understanding you are deserving of love, working on your self-worth. You know, you are lovable, and you're lovable whether you're with someone or whether you're not with someone. You don't need even a partner to show you, not even the soulmate connection to show you that you're lovable. Okay. So we've got Dove Medicine. Oh, I love that you got this card. Okay. Thy wings are thick and strong, I see, for they have battled the most unforgiving winds. Be proud, be free, my child. Go on, soar like never be. Dove Medicine is all about forgiveness. So this card is sort of remembering your own wings, remembering that you have the power to heal yourself, and you don't have to be weighed down. And I love that imagery for you, because like I said, you know, to go from feeling like you can't even stand to having the universe say you're a dove. I mean, you think of doves, you think of peace as well. You have this incredible inner peace. I mean, look at how strong she looks. Look at how much she's standing in her power here. Wings are thick and strong. You are strong. You have this incredible inner strength. You have this ability to heal yourself. You can create your own freedom, and you do this by releasing the past. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. It's like this weird squeaking noise that happens on this table sometimes. Okay, you have the power to, like I said, heal yourself. This inner strength that, you know, no one can take away from you, this inner purity. You know, if you think of a child, that inner child is still there, that child before anyone damaged it, you know, before anyone hurt it, before anyone caused it any pain. That inner child is still within you, completely intact, completely protected. And it's about going through that process of healing, peeling back those layers and kind of uncovering, like, why is this triggering to me? Like, why is this hurtful to me? Why am I feeling this way? Why do I have a pattern of codependency, or like letting people take advantage of me, or, you know, like whatever it is, like, why do I attract this sort of person who seems like they're incapable of loving me, that make me feel like loving me is hard? Why am I attracted? you start doing that process of self-reflection and healing and letting go and forgiving, and you come out this beautiful dove. You know, you just fly away, you just let it go. Okay, now we have the crone. Thy wisdom befriends the honor in which weaves within blood, a heroing call from the depths of your sacredness. So the crone typically talks about us getting advice, and it's powerful advice. You know, it's like an epiphany level of advice from an older figure. And so with the crone, we think of an older female. For some of you, that's going to be the case. You know, it could be a grandmother, just any older woman who helps you, I think mostly on this healing journey, honestly. For others of you, it's more so that you have been through so much in your life that you are now wise beyond your years. I mean, you are the person in your friend group who everyone comes to for advice because you have been through so much and you are so incredibly wise. I mean, you just are able to help people. You're able to transform the bad things that you have gone through into helpful advice and support and compassion and empathy for other people. You know, because a lot of it is that you're willing to sit with other people in their pain. You're willing to sit with other people when they're going through something horrible, because you know what that's like. You know what it's like to be all alone with all of these swords pressing into you and to feel like you have nothing, no one. So it's not even just that you're able to give other people helpful advice, it's that you have such a deep level of compassion and empathy for other people, and it's so beautiful. You know, in helping other people grow and develop and process their emotions, you're then able to heal yourself because you see the purpose to your pain. You know, you see why, like, oh, okay, spirit, okay, universe, I see why you put me through all of this pain. I get it now. I get that the intention was to make me into this incredibly strong, resilient person who knows their self-worth. And I will never let anyone ever make me feel like I don't deserve love. I get it. You are preparing me to meet my soulmate. I get it. I think that's going to be so great for you guys. I'm excited. Okay. And speaking of which, we've got Lion-Hearted. We've got the Lioness card. So, a little bit of Leo energy coming in here. For some of you, I'm getting a feeling, and this may only apply to some of you, a few of you, maybe growing up, you were taught that appearances were everything. You know, what was on the surface, how things looked to the outside world, mattered more than anything else. And so rather than being like acknowledged and encouraged for like your passions, or, you know, like, wow, like you're a really good friend, you're a really sensitive person, like, rather than someone noticing like your positive personality traits, your parents or whoever in your family, whoever was close to you, instead was more focused on your physical appearance and, you know, even sort of like manners, or like presenting like this image of a perfect, happy family, you know, that is successful. You know, like grades were important, you know, not because it was important for you to learn or to develop as a person, but because it sounded good to be able to say, my student is on the, my kid is on the honor roll. My kid is a straight A student. You know, more than actually caring about your self-development, right? And you're learning as an adult. Your validation doesn't have to come from external things. You know, you don't have to feel like you make the most money in the world or that you are the prettiest person in the room to have self-worth. You deserve love. You are lovable. You are worthy of all good things. You can have an inner confidence, an inner light that does not have to be dependent upon other people noticing it. Like, you are a lovable person even if you don't have anyone to tell you I love you. You're a worthy person even if you don't have all of these accolades. You're worth it on your own. And then we have, when darkness surrounds you, be the light. You are the light. This is a gorgeous card. You are surrounded by darkness for sure. I mean, I keep referencing this card because it's so powerful. Where you were versus where you're going. So even if no one else saw your inner light, even if no one else was there to witness it, to acknowledge it, you are so powerful. Even if everyone around you only points out your faults. You know, any negative thing that someone else was telling you about yourself was likely them projecting onto you their shortcomings. You know, so if you had a parent who told you, you're so dumb, you won't ever amount to anything, you're a crybaby, you're too sensitive, that's because they were projecting something onto you that they didn't like about themselves. You know, maybe they always felt like they weren't smart enough, or maybe they were intimidated by you. They were intimidated by your potential. You know, when you did really well in something, that was a threat to their ego. You know, maybe you dealt with a narcissistic parent. You know, maybe you dealt with a parent. I mean, look at the pain in her eyes. I mean, someone has deeply hurt her. I mean, even here, I mean, you didn't deserve any of it, and someone has tricked you into thinking that you did. If someone is putting you down, it's only because they feel threatened by you on some level. There would be no need to put you down the way that they do to verbally abuse you, or maybe even physically abuse you, if they didn't see your potential, if they didn't know that you had the potential to be better than them. And this is from a very superficial perspective, right? Like, no one is better than anyone else. Like, we're all just learning and growing and trying, or, you know, but that's how this person views it. This person views life as a competition. So maybe you experience that with a parent where they didn't want you to be prettier than them. They didn't want you to be smarter than them. They didn't want you to be more successful than them. But at the same time, they put all of this pressure on you to be perfect. So it was just this double-edged sword. You know, like, you were very much like, well, damned if I do and damned if I don't. Okay. This is getting me heated. Okay. So we've got forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. You gotta be kidding me. Like with the imagery of this card with the roses here. Yeah. Don't worry about the thorn in your garden. Don't be worried about it. If you have someone, I feel like for a lot of you, this is maybe just one parent who is really just knows how to get under your skin. Don't let them. One person, I mean, how many people are there in the world now? I mean, we're so overpopulated, right? Like, even if it's your mom, even if it's your dad, who cares? I mean, they're just one person. And who is one person to tell you who you are? Even if they birthed you. Like, who are they to tell you what you can be? When Spirit is here telling you that you can grow so much. I mean, this is growth. I mean, this is the fruit that comes from your hard work. No one gave this to you. You did this. You put in that effort. You tried. And there is someone out there who wants to love you like you're their other half. So why be intimidated by one person? Doesn't matter who they are. Why be limited in that way? We've got strength. I think that's coming right up on the line, this card. I'm surprised you guys didn't get the strength card. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. When your roots are deep, there's a lot about gardens here. A lot. You plant those seeds, you put in the work, you put in the effort, you have faith. I'm quiet in some moments because I want you guys to really just process what I'm saying and what the cards are telling you. Because what I'm saying is really just what Spirit is telling you. But when your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. You know your inner strength. I mean, your inner strength, what storm could possibly touch that? Even if this entire garden was destroyed, who is still standing in the middle of it? Who still has the power to replant all of those seeds? And the faith to know they will grow again. Maybe grow back 2 times stronger. Okay, we've got time. Embrace in the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. This is telling you to enjoy the journey. You know, enjoy this process of being a page. You know, when it comes to the 7 of Pentacles, have patience. You know, you're going to look back on it when you are in this 9 of Pentacles. When you have met your soulmate, you're going to look back on it and really appreciate the journey, and you're going to feel nostalgic. You know, when you reach that mountain of success, when you've climbed the mountain, when you've gotten to the top, you're going to look back on this time very fondly, and you're going to wish that you appreciated every single second of it, because this Page of Cups is the beginning of your love story. It's going to be a story that you tell fondly for your whole life. This Page of Pentacles coming into the 9 of Pentacles, this is your success story. You're going to be telling this story for a very long time, especially coming from this. And then you got the Crone too. I mean, you're an inspiration. This is literally, I started from the bottom and now I'm here. Now I'm at the top. I've made it. I am self-made. Despite all odds, despite being raised in a household where I was told I wasn't good enough, I wasn't lovable, I'm here. I did it. Okay. Gone a little bit out of order. We got courage with time. We've got ritual, sweet corn. We've got vitality and love. So of course with vitality and love, this is just echoing the lovers here with the soulmates. So this is just confirmation for us. This is gonna sound a bit odd, but whenever I see figs, I just automatically think of, like, I don't know what it is, but figs just call to mind like Jesus, Christianity, I don't know, the garden, Adam and Eve. That's just the association that my brain makes. And listen, if you're not a Christian, that's completely fine. I'm not either. But when I think of those associations, to me, it just confirms the Lovers card. Because sometimes when I look at the Lovers, I do think of like this beautiful garden and 2 lovers. This doesn't have to be like, if you're watching this and you're not heterosexual, or you don't like identify with one gender over the other, like none of that matters. I'm just saying that for me, when I read these cards, this to me is confirmation, just because of like, oh yes, garden, figs, yes. Like to me, I don't know why, that's just how my brain connects it, but I'm very happy we've got 2 confirmation cards that yes, your soulmate is coming in. And then we've got, that was the weirdest explanation, I'm so sorry. With courage, to me, this is confirming this Lioness card. You have to be brave enough to make the effort, both in your career and in love. And with Ritual, with Sweet Corn, like I said, it's going to be this ongoing process of tending and caring to your garden. And when I say your garden, I mean you. Okay, you. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. I feel like I've like genuinely tried to keep these cards in some sort of like, it's going to be like this probably every time I film a video. They're going to end up in this horrible pile, and I'm going to be the only tarot card reader on YouTube who does this business. Okay. All right, so final card, I just want to end on a positive note. I've got these really cool spirit cat cards. I love cats. Let's see what it says for you. Warrior, I love this. Meet Mishkin, rough and tumble. He knows his teeth are sharp and his claws are his prized possession, carefully honed to points. Cats love their claws for sure. He is a little ninja, but has a heart of love and softness. We can call on Mishkin when we need to stand up for ourselves, set boundaries, or be daring. So whether you're about to climb, shut up. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't read these before we actually. I can't believe it says this. Okay, so whether you're about to climb a giant boulder or take a leap of faith or ask to be paid what you're worth, remember little Mishkin and his bravery. Yes, he did whack that big scary dog on the nose, even though he is only a kitten. Yes. I love this for so many reasons for you guys. So I'll start off by saying this. With the Lioness card, you need to get into your cat energy. I mean, cats know who they are. They are so willful. If you've ever had a cat, good luck setting rules for them. They do what they want. They walk into a room, they own it. Cats are very confident, right? They don't care. Even if they are terrified of a dog in a room, my cat, I know she will throw her weight around. She will act tough. She will stand her ground, get her claws out. She'll do what she needs to do to set those boundaries. With this Lioness card, you're coming into that confident energy. You are. And then we've got, you're about to climb a giant boulder or take a leap of faith or ask to be paid what you're worth. Page of Pentacles, you're asking to be paid what you're worth. Climbing a giant boulder, we said that with the full moon in Capricorn. Taking a leap of faith. This to me is a big leap of faith, like believing that your soulmate is coming in. Like, it may not sound like a leap of faith to be like, what, I'm just believing I deserve to be loved. If you've been taught the exact opposite of that, and you've been raised in an environment that told you in so many different ways over and over again that you had to earn your worth, that you weren't inherently worthy of love, that's a lot to unlearn. And it is a leap of faith to trust that a soulmate is coming in. It is a leap of faith to put yourself out there to date, to meet new people. But you're doing it. And this is encouraging you to not be scared. You know, you can be tough, but still have a heart of love and softness. So you can balance those sharp claws with the heart of love and softness that we're talking about with little Mishkin here. I love that Mishkin. That's so cute. You can have both. You can have a soft heart, but still stand firm in your boundaries. You know, you do not have to continue to be mistreated. You know, we can let these swords go one by one. Okay, pile 3. This was your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope that you liked it. If you guys can comment down below with a little lion emoji to let me know that this resonated. If you can like, comment, share, and subscribe, it would mean so much to me. This is a new channel and I would really like our community to grow. This has been really fun for me. I just really enjoy doing this, and it'd be great to know I'm not just talking to myself and that people are actually watching. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.